Hey all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly value, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there, my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I'm your hostess, femininity coach, and author of the Crimson Cure, and this is my perspective. So I'm going to show y'all a couple of videos. Both of them are Joe Smith and Keisha, his wife, his 304 wife. And without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and play the first video, then we're going to come back, and then I'm going to play the next video. So here we go.
You're upset about it. You don't want to talk about it, but you brought this to the world because at that moment you felt like you were right in what you did. Now the world's saying you're wrong, and it's not looking like you thought it would look. They're actually more so understanding what Joe's going through.
Well, then someone needs to help him then. Shaq, can you get a Papa John's?
Wow. Okay. Kids, that was wrong. Joe.
Yeah, I'm out, y'all.
Joe.
I'm out, y'all.
What was wrong about that?
It's like you're upset about it. You don't want to talk about it. But
so we had that. She went on the show with Cameron, and I think Mace hosts a podcast, and she gave Cameron this massage or whatever because she supposedly has a masseuse company. There was Adam, I think it's Adam 22, and I'm not sure if that's the guy's name, the one that does prawn with his wife or whatever. He did a prawn scene, a corn scene with Keisha, we do believe, because he ended up posting something like that on his Twitter. And then we have this. Now, this one's a bit longer, but we're going to let it play out. Is this some language here? Listen to this.
Same person that accused me of having sex with her daughter.
Oh.
She found
panties
in our, because we all share the same laundry room, and accused me of having sex with her daughter.
That is a wild
called
accusation,
her
not to
daughter's
lie.
father and told him that we had sex.
I
Me
talked
and
to
her
anyway.
daughter.
I did.
That's
I did.
That's
Yeah,
what
I did that. I did because I was
all these
wondering.
accusations.
But you weren't fucking my daughter. You were fucking someone else. So you were fucking someone. And I have receipts. Like I have the screenshots of his phone conversations. Like don't play with me. I got receipts.
I think that's
okay.
So let's ask you guys a question. Fellas, excuse me. This is a question for the guys.
Yeah.
If you're talking to a girl and she says to you, I hate that you have to go home to her. What does that mean? You fucking that.
Nope.
Say that again.
Whatever.
Nope.
I hate that you
Wait,
have.
wait,
I have the whole conversation.
Can you say that?
Can
you say that again? What you said?
I can email you the screenshot.
Yeah, Keisha, I missed what you said. Can you say it again? I'm sorry.
If you're talking to a woman, you have your wife, right? And you're seeing some other girl, and she's saying to you, I hate that you have to go home to her. I understand your situation. What situation? And then I have a group message. I put both of them in a group message. Like, what's good?
Yeah.
I'm a situation. Please.
Yeah.
But it doesn't necessarily mean that they're fucking.
Exactly, bro. Exactly.
It doesn't necessarily mean they're fucking.
After the fact, though. Okay.
Yeah. I'm just saying it definitely doesn't. I mean, Joe, that's a bad screenshot, right? No doubt about it. But it doesn't necessarily mean they're fucking. No. And that's the same shit we get.
I have his location. I can see when he's at that house. 1 week, the house was a cousin. Then it was a friend, the guy he buys weed from. Now, and I found out it's a bitch house at the end of the day. The same house changed.
It's not the same house. I keep telling you that. You keep saying that. This is the same person.
Now, why am I bringing this up? Why are we talking about this? This is when clout chasing backfires. Clout chasing has actually backfired on her. because she brought this drama to the world. Because she wanted to get back in the street, because she wanted to get back into the corn business, because she wanted to openly and publicly go back to the profession that she had been doing, which was being a corn star or whatever, a sex worker. She decided to post the original viral video where he's arguing with her about her secret OnlyFans. Now, after that, when the internet kind of blew up in her face and was like, basically like, well, we're not really going, you see, with this type of thing, because you seem like you kind of trifling. How you not going to tell him that you've got an OnlyFans, right? Now, most people knew her background as a corn star in the first place, which is what led me specifically, I don't know about everybody else, to not really feeling sorry for Joe Smith, because you can't marry a 304 and expect her not to do that and expect her to actually be a wife. This is where that saying actually comes from. You can't turn a hoe into a housewife, because they never actually take on wifely mindset, and they, even if they may take on some of the duties, they don't really take on the spirit of it, and they don't take on the mindset of being a wife. They don't actually do that. And so she's going to, a hoe gonna be a hoe, okay, a hoe gonna be a hoe, a hoe gonna do hoe things, and that's just what she's gonna do, and she's gonna always turn back to that. There's not going to be any form of money or connection or relationship that's gonna make her not do that, because that's what she do. So now, since the internet kind of blew up in her face and was basically letting her know, hey, we're not necessarily on your side, even if we don't necessarily feel sorry for Joe particularly, we're not on your side either. Like, you're not right either. Two wrongs, you know what I'm saying, don't make a right. So now what she's doing is she's justifying. Now she wants to put out to the world what kind of a bad person he is, what kind of a bad man he is. And just like I don't necessarily feel sorry for him being entangled with her as a corn star and her being a hoe, I don't feel sorry for her at any point either, because both of them seem to be toxic. If you thought for a moment that your husband was having sex with your daughter, which would be his stepdaughter, just because you quote unquote saw panties in a bedroom, so your first thought was the daughter rather than maybe some random woman, and you literally thought that your husband was doing that, why did you stay? Why would you stay? Because if you really thought that, that's a line that we can't get over that one. We can't get over that one. Ain't no way. You dealing with a random chick, one thing. You dealing with my daughter, something completely different. I don't care if she grown. That's something completely different. That we can't do. So if you honestly believed that this is the type of person that he is and that he would do that, then doesn't that supposed to end the relationship right there, just based on the dynamics of that? And if you're the man that gets accused of something like that, and you know that that's not what you're doing, again, we crossing back over that line. That's a boundary that should never have been crossed. So now what we doing? Now what we doing? Because you can't talk to me. This I promise you. We're not gonna be able to communicate after that and get back on amicable terms, because look at what you thought I was doing. And what on God's green earth would make you think that that's something that would be interesting to me to do? Or to me, it's a character assassination. If it ain't one thing I hate, it's a character assassination. You're not going to assassinate my character. You're not going to tell me I'm that trifling and that this is what you actually think of me. Like, you actually think that I'm this level of trifling. No. So they almost deserve each other. What she's doing is she's deflecting her actions and trying to make it seem like, well, he's the bad guy, so therefore this is why I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm doing what I'm doing as a reaction to the tomfoolery that he gets up to. And while y'all trying to feel sorry for him, let me tell you what kind of a bad guy Joe Smith has been. It's not just that he's broke or that he ain't got the money or blah, 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 blah. It's also he's a cheater, he's a liar, he's a this or he's a that. So y'all got to lay up off of me because what I'm doing ain't so bad because this is what he does. Like, knock it off. But this is what hoes, this is a demonstration of what hoes do and how 304s will turn the tables. And this is actually a lot of women will try to deflect, turn the tables, move the goalposts, whatever it is you want to say, and how she's not really at fault ultimately. Ultimately, she's making the decisions that she's making, even if it seemed bogus on the outside. Really, if you knew the nuances of what was going on, blah, 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 you wouldn't be looking at me sideways. You would understand why I'm doing what I'm doing. When in point of fact, it's all trifling. Which in point of fact, is all trifling and inexcusable. She's trying to excuse the inexcusable and make it be okay and get the court of public opinion on her side. She's clout chasing and she is chasing external like approval. And really it's sad because she's too old for that. Too old for it. Look how she's sitting back. Like, yeah, I'm the hoe you thought I was. Now all the back feet are out. Instead of all of that little crying and trying to act like she was, you know what I'm saying, trying to work through her marriage that she did on the Kevin Wesley channel. Now the back feet are all in everybody's face, just as dirty as they please. And she's looking like, you know, this is what I do. Well, you know, you're a hoe. Duh. Anyway, jump down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your hostess, The Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.